We hear so many facts and figures about New Orleans and its dysfunctional relationship with water and weather. But we don't hear that much about the indigenous people that lived here before and how they lived in healthy relationship with the water that surrounded them. But I want you to imagine Bobancha. This land that we call New Orleans is Bobancha, and the nations that lived here stewarded and cultivated the land and water in relationship with each other and in response to the ways and needs of the participants of the ecosystem that was here. The practices that they used were called agroecology and agroforestry. These methods of holistic land management are the building blocks of modern innovations in regenerative agriculture and resource conservation. We've obviously moved away from that. Our current systems of resource management and agriculture are based in inequity, exploitation, and extraction. These systems set the stage for an adversarial relationship between ourselves, our water, and our neighbors. Humans are biophilic and a keystone species. This means that we aren't simply connected to nature, we're an essential part of nature. And when humans are in an adversarial relationship with our resources and our ecosystems, that's reflected in our relationships with our bodies and each other. Our economy and our built environment are not designed for us to live in harmony with our natural environment. Instead of relating to water as an asset, we try to manage or control it. Food access is tied to profit, and that leaves many without access to nourishing foods. New Orleanians must travel to food, and food must travel many miles to get to New Orleanians. And all the while, nutrient quality is substantially diminished. Glory Gardens is an edible landscaping firm that marries urban agriculture and landscaping. We use sustainable technologies to create edible ecosystems that are custom, affordable, and visually enticing. Our mission is to create more equitable opportunities for economic advancement by converting lots in suburban and urban neighborhoods into spaces that contribute to households, communities, and the planet. We see water as an opportunity, so we offer green infrastructure design and installation with a focus on sending water where it can be the most beneficial. Our edible landscaping service is focused not on just being cost effective, but also on creating landscapes that deliver a scalable return on investment that can grow into a passive stream of income. We use both services to emphasize the essential nature of relationships. Through our horticultural therapy and vocational training, we create jobs and custom educational experiences for individuals, groups, and families. The affordability of our scope of work is supported by programs that promote relationship building in families and among community members. We work with clients to find a vision for the land, figure out the land's capacity, and align each with the holistic health goals and current economic capacity of the client. Embedded in the collaborative goal setting and design process is an analysis of the site's productive capacity. This allows us to approximate the potential pounds of food that can be produced, the gallons of water needed to irrigate the food that can be produced, and the revenue that can be generated via market participation. Our holistic design process allows us to align community or client needs and desires with the resources to maximize the ROI and create a site that responds to multiple needs. Our mission is to promote transformative relationship building, and that's supported by programs that are built into the design, install, and maintenance process. For instance, our assisted build package aligns the value of skills building and affordability. The experiential installation engages families or groups in STEM-based garden curriculum that's self-paced, fun, and comprehensive. The Learn As You Do format provides the benefit of interactive bonding time and produces a custom outdoor space that's beautiful and productive. So I think that the reason why our relationship with our natural environment is pretty much adversarial is because we have this approach that is let's control things, let's maintain and manage things, and we have a lot of gray infrastructure and pipes and cement and pavement, all these different tactics to control our environment. It puts us in an adversarial relationship with our environment and consequently our health and each other. So the partnership that I've been working on with Delta Flora Natives Nursery is a significant step towards Glory Gardens being able to realize the mission of promoting green infrastructure and edible landscaping as a site for healing and as a site for rehabilitative programming. While I really do have a special place in my heart for working with residential customers because it gives me the opportunity to be more hands-on in the education and the installation process, I also really enjoy working with community centers to develop programming that introduces different people of different ages and different capacities to green infrastructure, and I also enjoy teaching kids about edible landscaping. So I work with community centers and schools pretty frequently. Through our edible ecoscaping educational programs, we train individuals to sow, grow, sustain, and maintain these edible landscapes. From there, they can apply for a paid apprenticeship with Glory Gardens as a member of the Shared Harvest crew. There's also room for mobility, so they can also move up to a member of the maintenance crew and finally a member of the installation crew. Each crew marks a level of proficiency in land management, water management, and food production. I started professionally gardening in 2011 at the Solar Living Institute, and by 2013, I was one of the people managing the only financially self-sustaining urban farm in New Orleans. In 2019, Glory Gardens launched in response to the evolving needs of New Orleanians that's found at the intersection of food access, health, climate resiliency, and equity. Since launching, I've been trained and certified in holistic land management, holistic financial management, sustainable urban agriculture, green infrastructure, and as an agri-saping educator. I've also received formal training and mentorship in community advocacy, movement building, and community outreach as a Lead the Coast Fellow. In 2019 and in the beginning of 2020, I had to throttle back due to pregnancy and the pandemic. And in 2020, I was a cohort in Propeller's Accelerator program, and there I learned how to actually develop and manage a sustainable organization. The training and certifications that I've received over the past year has really allowed me to hit the ground running in 2021. By the end of August 2021, with proper maintenance, our installations will have used every gallon of runoff harvested this year as the sole irrigation for over 5,200 plants and trees that are either native, beneficial, or food producing. We'll have consulted with residents and CBOs to convert over 3 acres of backyard and vacant lots into high-yield, productive space that function as wildlife habitats. At maturity, each site will be essentially self-sustaining and produce the equivalent of $30,000 in market value. Funds for a nursery as another reliable source of revenue means a higher dollar margin on projects so we can sustainably offer reasonable prices to customers while offering quality jobs. Higher quality and more reliable plant material means that our clients can have the guarantee of affordability. It expands our job placement opportunities and adds a new green infrastructure educational facility. We also will have an increased capacity for offering dynamic services that benefit the health of our customers and their communities. With your support, we can secure the funds necessary to begin this nursery. Revenue from the nursery will position us to comfortably pay more people sustainable wages. And the nursery itself will provide infrastructure to support our vocational rehabilitation service, our educational programming, and our garden-based events. So y'all can all follow me on Instagram at Glory Gardens, and I hope you all consider throwing a garden party for your next special event. Also, keep your eyes open for the Glory Gardens nursery that's soon to come, and get in touch with me at glorygardensnola.org to learn more about how edible landscaping can change your world.